The Toyota Tacoma ride is horrible, or at least some would have you believe that. Wash it, drive it. Wash it, drive it. You know who wins. I hate washing vehicles. Let's go for a ride. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive. I had a choice to make in there in the beginning. Wash the truck, or wash it, as I like to say, or go for a drive. Well, obviously, you know who won. We're driving in the truck, which is the primary reason I bought the truck, was to drive it, right? I mean, it needs to be washed. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty dirty, mostly just dust and stuff. Although there is a little bit of mud on the side back there on the rear quarter panel. I don't know how that happened, but it does need to be washed, but better for another day. It's 65 degrees, pretty much mostly sunny out here. There are some clouds, but it's been a few days since we've had weather at least as nice as this. It's been cold, it's been rainy, just not pleasant to go out and tool around in. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to do that. And I will say that it is supposed to be nasty out again here in a couple of days or so. So enjoy it while you can. It will be there to be washed later on. But let's talk about the ride comfort of the truck. I've had a few people on the channel recently talking about how rough the Tacoma is, that the ride quality sucks. And frankly, I'm a bit shocked. Now, I don't know, in all honesty, if they have lifted trucks, if they've changed the suspension, put bigger tires on, maybe new coils, you know, the whole 9 yards. Everything that absolutely can make the Toyota Tacoma rough. But I've got to say, from a stock standpoint, which is how I like to address comments like that, because if you do something to the truck, well, that's your fault, right? They didn't build it that way. So it's your fault if you go out and you do something that's going to change the ride quality and make it worse. Now, I know this myself because I have done it. I changed out the coils on my blue Tacoma. I put new coils in, all a part of a lift. And I think I ruined the front ride quality, if you will, because it made the truck very stiff. Now, some people like that. I don't like that. I don't like my teeth smacking back and forth and jarring around while I'm driving my truck. I like it to be nice and smooth and comfortable. And I would say to the people that have mentioned that the ride quality of the Tacoma is somehow rough, that they don't know what they're talking about. I'm not sure if they have Tacomas, if they've changed them, as I mentioned, or they're just ultra sensitive. Now, there is one thing that I will say, and that is that if you're comparing the ride quality of the Tacoma to a full-size truck, for instance, the Toyota Tundra or the Ram, the 1500 like I just bought, well then yeah, the ride quality of the Tacoma is definitely going to be worse. It doesn't compare to those, but we're talking about different animals. They're big, they're heavy, and unless they're really screwed up, and believe me, you really have to try to mess up the ride quality in those trucks, it's going to be a lot less in the Tacoma because they are so heavy. They ride on their suspension very well. They absorb the bumps. They're just nice and smooth. I will say, recently, if you didn't know, I do have another channel. I actually have two. But Rob Motive FST, I just replaced my Toyota Tundra with a Ram 1500. I did that for various reasons, and that's not what this video is about. But it is so smooth. It rides like a luxury car. I was just driving it the other day, and it's amazing. And it's no wonder why some people might drive the Tacoma and think that it's a lot rougher. But I think you kind of have to know what you're getting into. You know, if you go out and you buy a Tacoma or a truck really at all, mid-size truck, and expect it to somehow be smooth, luxury car-like, then you didn't do your research. I often wonder when people say that, did you actually take a test drive? Were you paying attention when you took that test drive? And I'll give you a little bit of a tip. When you take a test ride in any vehicle, we'll use the Toyota Tacoma as an example, make sure that you go on roads that you want to drive on. In other words, don't just go where the salesman tells you to go, because they're going to use everything within their power to sell that truck to you. You know, they're going to pick smooth roads in the case of a truck, because obviously they want you to experience the smoothest rides you can get. Now, that's a reason why they overinflate tires, because it gives you a smoother ride on smoother roads. Of course, that can backfire terribly if you get in control and decide you're going to drive on a different kind of a road that's a little rougher. Well, that can backfire in the case of the dealer. But I would say in most instances, they're probably going to take you where they know it's smooth. And the freeway is a perfect example. I know in the past when I have bought trucks, I think every time I have done it, the salesman has taken me on a freeway, always wanted to head towards a freeway. And typically the dealerships are located near freeways. Now, maybe there's a reason for that other than just the traffic. Of course, they want to have the most visibility, so, you know, a gazillion cars driving by every day is going to give them that. But it also gives them immediate access to the freeway, which is going to yield the smoothest rides you can get for road surfaces. So there might be a reason that they're always located near the freeways. Back to the Tacoma, I would disagree. The Tacoma is equivalent to, and maybe a little bit better than any mid-size truck I've ever driven on the road. They're certainly not rough in stock form. And I'd say to those that are making that comment, if you're making it and you've got yourself a truck that's been modified, well then obviously it's going to be a rougher ride potentially, all depending on what you have done to it. So I think it's an unfair statement to say that the Tacoma is somehow rough when you've done something to the truck. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, sort of address that a little bit, because I've been getting a couple of comments here and there, people mentioning that the Tacoma is somehow rough, and I completely disagree. Matter of fact, I can't even relate to what they're talking about. It is one of the smoothest trucks that you can get in stock form, in my opinion. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you've got a Tacoma and it's still in stock form, in other words, you haven't modified it, what do you think of the ride? Do you find it to be rough? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive FST, as I mentioned, all about full-size trucks. Currently, some historical Tundra videos and my brand new Ram 1500. And Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.